Hey everyone, I want to talk about something that could quietly change how much money you take home from every paycheck this year, and honestly, most people don't even realize it yet. The IRS just updated its tax withholding estimator to reflect new changes from the One Big Beautiful Bill. And these changes include things like no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, new deductions that didn't exist before. But here's the surprising part. Even if your taxes go down, your paycheck might not go up automatically. Yeah, unless you take action, nothing changes. So let's break this down in a simple way, because this is something you can actually control. First, what even is the tax withholding estimator? It sounds technical, but it's really not. It's just an online tool from the IRS that helps you figure out if the right amount of tax is being taken out of your paycheck. That's it. Think of it like a quick financial check-in. You enter your income, your job situation, maybe some deductions, and it tells you if you're on track, or if you should adjust something. Now here's why this matters. In the US, taxes aren't paid all at once. You're paying them slowly throughout the year, every single paycheck. Your employer takes out a portion based on your W-4 form. But here's the problem. That form doesn't automatically update when your life changes or when the law changes. And that's exactly what's happening right now. Because with these new tax updates, the rules have changed. But your paycheck system? It stays the same, unless you update it. Let's talk about what's new. You've probably heard about this. No tax on tips. So if you work in restaurants, hospitality, or any tipped job, this could lower your taxable income. Same idea with overtime. If you're working extra hours, that income might now be taxed differently. And it doesn't stop there. There are also changes like new deductions for seniors, adjustments for families, changes to car loan interest, updates tied to home ownership and charitable giving. So what's happening here? The rules changed, but your paycheck didn't. And this is where a lot of people miss out. Because what happens is, people keep overpaying taxes all year, then they get a refund and think, "Nice, I got money back." But in reality, that was your money the whole time. You basically gave the IRS an interest-free loan. Now, some people actually prefer that. It feels like forced savings. But if you'd rather have more money in your paycheck right now, for rent, groceries, bills, then this tool becomes really powerful. So how do you use it? It's actually simple. You go to the IRS withholding estimator. It's just a website. No login. No submission. Nothing official. It just walks you through step by step. First, it asks about your income, your main job, a second job, if you have one. Household income. This part matters a lot, especially if you have multiple jobs. Then it asks how much tax is already being taken out. You'll find that on your paycheck or pay stub. After that, it asks about dependents, credits, deductions like if you have kids, own a home, donate to charity, all of that. And here's the key part. The estimator now includes the new tax rules automatically. So instead of guessing, the tool does the math for you. At the end, it gives you a result. It might say, "You're on track, you're overpaying. Consider reducing withholding or you're underpaying, and might owe money later and if changes are needed." It even helps you update your W-4 form correctly. Now here's something important. A lot of people go years without updating their withholding. They change jobs, get married, have kids, earn more, but their W-4 stays the same. And then tax season hits, and they're surprised. And honestly, it makes sense. Taxes are one of those things we just set and forget. But this is one of those small check-ins that can make a big difference. One thing to keep in mind though, this tool is only as accurate as the information you put in. So if your income is unpredictable, like freelancing or gig work, it won't be perfect. But it's still way better than guessing. And this tool is especially useful if you have multiple jobs, you're married and both work, you had a big life change, you got a big refund last year, or you owed money unexpectedly. Now let's zoom out for a second. These new tax changes are designed to lower taxes for certain people. But they don't affect everyone equally. So depending on your job or income, your benefit might look very different from someone else's. And the estimator doesn't change the system. It just helps you adjust to it. But here's what I find interesting: this shows a bigger shift. Years ago, you had to figure all of this out manually. Now, the IRS is moving toward real-time tools that help you adjust as things change. So if you're wondering, should I check this? Here's a simple rule. If your income, life situation, or tax laws changed, it's worth 10 to 20 minutes. And before we wrap up, one last thing. This tool isn't just about avoiding surprises. It's about being more intentional with your money. Instead of accepting your paycheck as is, you're deciding how much tax to pay throughout the year. And over time, that mindset shift can really change how you manage your finances. So yeah, this isn't just a small update. It's about making sure the new tax rules actually show up in your paycheck and in your real life. And the people who benefit the most? The ones who take a few minutes to check and adjust. So if you've been wondering why your paycheck hasn't changed, or you just want to make sure you're not overpaying or underpaying, this is one of the easiest ways to get a clear answer.